Personal WaterCrafft and tissues have a lot more in common than you think. Stick around to find out more. Hi, I'm Sean from Cove Lessons in Boating. What did I mean by that? Well, when you think tissues, probably you think Kleenex. Everybody says, pass a Kleenex or can I have a Kleenex? And really, a Kleenex is just a brand name for a tissue. Same goes for Personal WaterCrafft. People often say Seadoo, WaveRunner, Jet Ski, and those are all popular brands of Personal WaterCrafft. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what a Personal WaterCrafft is and isn't, go through a couple of the different types, and what you might be able to expect when you buy one. So let's go through the brands. The most popular is Seadoo, or made by BRP or Bombardier, and that is the synonymous name with Personal WaterCrafft. Secondly, you have Yamaha WaveRunner, which is a brand that's been around for a long time. And then you have Kawasaki, which is the jet ski brand. And then even Honda has made Personal WaterCrafft in the past. So let's talk about the different types. Regardless of the brand you use, there really are only two different types of Personal WaterCrafft. Excluding jet boats, which we have a whole video on that here, you're really going to find stand-up and sit-down Personal WaterCrafft. Stand-up jet skis were super popular back in the 80s and early 90s. They were a ton of fun to play with, carve, but they really were meant for one person. And truthfully, super hard to ride. So there were some people who got mad great at skills and flips, and you can see all kinds of amazing videos and people using those stand-up watercraft. However, today, most people want to have fun, but also be comfortable. So the second type of Personal WaterCrafft is a sit-down unit. And those usually come in various sizes and shapes and performance. So you start with a small trick or inexpensive watercraft, which is usually made for one person. Then you go up to a traditional two-person watercraft, which was very popular for years. And now we find the Personal WaterCrafft manufacturers are building bigger, more luxurious ones. People want to be comfortable. They want to have nice seats with raised seating for their passengers. And the most popular size today is a three-person Personal WaterCrafft. When you get into those sit-down units, you have different types of Personal WaterCrafts too. You have smaller trick watercraft, which are designed just to be very playful, but not good for long distance cruising. Then you have kind of that middle of the road everyday machine, which is playful, comfortable, and price pointed so that the vast majority of people can get into them. Then you have the luxury and high performance lines, which are bigger, have stereos, sometimes GPS units, sometimes you can get things like fishing packages, water sports packages with wakeboard tows, and then you get into the pure performance, high horsepower, high output displacement engines, which are meant just to purely go fast and put a big grin on your face. So Personal WaterCrafft by design is really a small personal jet boat. So a jet boat is an engine attached to a shaft and an impeller. So different than an outboard or stern drive boat where you have an outdrive or lower unit with propellers on it. So essentially a jet or Personal WaterCrafft engine is a turbine style blade which has multiple blades tucked up inside the hull of the boat. And so there's nothing below the bottom of the hull. What's great about that? Very low impact possibility. You can drive in super shallow water when it comes to Personal WaterCrafft. Also, less likely to strike objects like rocks, twigs, and stumps because there's no propeller down below the bottom of the hull. Also, it can give you extreme performance in both acceleration and turning handling capability. Because you are directing a nozzle of jetted water versus turning a propeller and lower unit, you get instantaneous and very tight turning capability. Some of the cons on a jet propulsion is that you can suck things up into the drive. So weeds, twigs, sticks, various things from the bottom of the lake, grocery bags can get sucked up into the impeller grate and can cause damage to the impeller or clog it, so that has to be removed later. Also, it is technically slightly less efficient than a propeller on a lower unit on a stern drive or an outboard. So all other things being equal, if you had a small outboard on here with a propeller, it would actually use less fuel, but wouldn't be anywhere near as fun to drive. Some great things you can do with Personal WaterCrafft. 1. Cruise and explore the lakes, rivers, and inland waterways. There's nothing better than a Personal WaterCrafft to be able to go into back shallow bays, cruise in, check out ports, because you take up very little room. They're super easy to maneuver, and really you can get in and check out all kinds of waterways all over the world. They're also super easy for you to transport and move around. They're lightweight, so hauling them in and out of a ramp is super easy, so you can kind of have a set of them and go explore any waterway at any time at the snap of a finger. They're also pretty good for water sports. It's pretty easy to tow around. As long as the riders that you're towing aren't high level and looking for big wakes or extreme speeds, a Personal WaterCrafft can be a really easy thing for 2 people to take out someone on a tube or a wakeboard or a water ski. They also make really great fishing platforms. If you are an angler and you want to go out and explore some backwater, there are some really great opportunities for you to get out and fish in a PWC. What a Personal WaterCrafft isn't, it's not really a great boat replacement. It's really hard to take your friends and family out for a ride other than 1 or 2 people. So if you are thinking, should I have a boat or a Personal WaterCrafft, bear in mind that it's not near as social as, say, a pontoon boat, a bow rider, or a deck boat. Do you want a Kleenex or a tissue? Do you want a Personal WaterCrafft or a Seadoo or a WaveRunner? That choice is up to you. Thanks very much for joining us on Lens Cove Lessons in Boating. Please make sure to like this video and subscribe for more. And hopefully we'll see you out on the water.